There's been some excruciating moments over the recent years. How many do you remember? This week saw the start of Who Needs a Man When You've Got a Spray Tan? On Channel 5, and it's safe to say it left most Scousers cringing. The show focuses on single mums in Knowsley, and while it's clear the mums really care for the kids, there were some hilarious moments. One of the funniest scenes saw mum Natalie argue with her children while having a spray tan in her front room, completely naked, and the show got us thinking of all the other times our celebs had done things that made us cringe. From hilarious scenes on reality TV, to toe-curling scenarios, our celebs have had their fair share of moments they'd rather forget. Here's just some of the most memorable cringe moments from some of Merseyside's stars. Hayley Hughes not knowing what Brexit is. Hayley Hughes attending the National Television Awards 2019. Scouser Hayley caused a stir on Love Island, with her lack of general knowledge. But it was Hayley's thoughts on Brexit that really got people talking. Hayley had no idea Britain was leaving the EU and thought it meant that we wouldn't have any trees. After leaving the show, Hayley met Nigel Farage, who educated her about Brexit. Kerry Katona slurring on This Morning. Kerry has had her fair share of ups and downs, but everyone remembers that This Morning appearance. Almost 10 years ago Kerry appeared on the show and stunned viewers with her erratic actions. Speaking to Philip Schofield and Fern Britton, Kerry appeared drunk as she slurred her words. Last year Kerry said the appearance had destroyed her career and blamed it on her bipolar medication. Danielle decided to share every detail of her pregnancy with the public, giving fans regular updates. It's well known Danielle wants a daughter, after previously having 3 sons. And she found out the sex of her baby on Loose Women, which left fans cringing. Danielle had another boy, Ronnie, but has made no secret of the fact she is considering gender selection for any subsequent children. Love Island star Katie Salmon exposing herself at Cheltenham races. Katie Salmon and friend Jess Hayes were given a lifetime ban from racecourses after flashing their boobs at the Cheltenham Festival in 2016. Katie and Jess moved their dresses to the side, to give the waiting photographers an eyeful. At the time Echo readers dubbed their actions cringe and classless, but Katie said they were just having fun. Chris Maloney getting locked in a hotel bathroom. Christopher Maloney has had his fair share of cringe moments, but one of his best was when he got locked in a Holiday Inn Express bathroom. The performer went to the bathroom in the middle of the night only to be shocked when the handle fell off and left him trapped inside. The former X Factor finalist, who suffers with claustrophobia, told the Echo, "I started having a panic attack, it was getting hot, the heater was on and there were no windows. Chris had to make a bed on the floor and spent the night in there, after not being able to get out." He later said, "I can see the funny side of it now and laugh, but at the time it was so scary." Steph Davis crying in Celebrity Big Brother. Steph Davis and Jeremy McConnell's relationship is well documented, with the pair having a baby together, before Jeremy was jailed for assaulting Steph. But the couple's relationship didn't get off to the best start, with viewers left cringing by their on-off relationship on Celebrity Big Brother. Steph was often left in floods of tears after another row with Jez, and fans at times couldn't believe their eyes, as Steph sobbed outside the bedroom door. When Jez was evicted, she clung to him and screamed after him, in incredibly cringe-worthy scenes. Thankfully Steph has now found love with her Hollyoaks co-star Owen Warner. When Mark Byron compared himself to George Michael. Big Brother star Mark Byron faced a social media backlash after he compared himself to George Michael. Mark tweeted his heartbreak following the iconic singer's death on Christmas Day. The cringe tweet said, "Can't sleep at all because George Michael's sick has passed. My whole life people have said we look the same, lost a part of me." After the tweet was posted, many people blasted reality star Mark for his comments. Awkward. Shirley Ballas reading out the wrong score on Strictly Wirral-born judge Shirley Ballas was tasked with reading out the scores one night, and things quickly descended into chaos. Shirley began, "After an amazing performance, thank you all for that. I have conferred with my fellow adjudicators. In We've lost the board, getting 7 points will be Ashley. Applause rang out, but Shirley quickly followed those words with, "Hold on, sorry, sorry, sorry." There were worried faces on the judge's desk and confusion all round as Bruna Tonioli stepped in to try and clarify the situation. "Apologies." The board went all berserk. "We have to go with the piece of paper." After partly giving the game away, Shirley then proceeded to attempt to read out the correct placings with plenty of hesitation, and a couple more slips along the way. Following the blunder, social media was awash with comments saying how awkward and cringe the moment was. Pete Price and the Lizard. Renowned Merseyside radio star Pete Price has regularly been called a lizard. The catchphrase reached its peak when a flag was held up by a member of the crowd at a packed-out Tego Arena wrestling show a number of years ago, displaying their message, "Pete Price is a lizard." In 2017, Pete made a cringe appearance at WrestleMania in America, where a sign proclaiming "Pete Price is a lizard" was seen at ringside. To make matters worse, wrestling legend Hulk Hogan was later pictured posing next to a similar sign. Then Pete was overrun with people shouting the slogan at him during the Grand National Festival, leading him to beg people to stop with the lizard chants, but that hasn't gone well and the cringe phenomenon is still alive and well. Simon Rimmer's Sunday Brunch wardrobe malfunction. Sunday Brunch viewers couldn't help but notice TV chef Simon Rimmer was unintentionally flashing a bit too much flesh back in November 2018. Eagle-eyed fans took to Twitter after noticing the Wallacey presenter had suffered an embarrassing wardrobe malfunction. While interviewing Bake Off judge Prue Leith with co-host Tim Lovejoy, viewers were appeared to be somewhat distracted by an awkwardly placed hole in the crotch of his jeans. It was actually Simon's inner thigh on display, but the Channel 4 host eventually noticed things were getting a little drafty down there. Cringe. Derek Acorah's famous Mary Loves Dick. Derek Acorah's most famous and cringe moment came during an episode of Most Haunted, when Derek was talking to a woman called Mary who had a thing for someone called Richard, shortened to Dick. The moment took on a life of its own as co-host Yvette Fielding started to crack up. Derek continued, saying, "She's got this great love for Dick. She covered him up, she protected him." Edwina Curry's toe-curling tweet about John Major affair. Toxteth-born politician Edwina Curry threw some serious shade on Twitter with a sassy reply to someone who called her a homebreaker. The former I'm a Celeb contestant's tweet about her affair with John Major led to a flurry of responses. Twitter user @CloakedStalker tweeted the 69-year-old calling her a #homebreaker for sleeping with a former prime minister, and she simply replied, "We didn't sleep." Edwina's cringe comeback caused a social media storm, with @fly_t_girl tweet summing up what we were all thinking. The mental image. Tina Malone selling clothes on Twitter to make cash for Christmas. Tina Malone took to Twitter in December 2016 to sell off designer clothes and bags on Twitter to get some extra cash for Christmas. The former Shameless star, who has lost 12 stone, sold off clothes that no longer fit her new slimmed-down frame. She tweeted several snaps of clothes and goods up for grabs and said, "Make me an offer." The 53-year-old also said she was excited to get rid of her old clothes to make a few bob for Christmas.